It definitely works. It's kind of cutting on the side a little bit. I don't know if it's yeah, all right, it's fine. All right, let's
do whatever.
Let's do whatever.
I was gonna tell Chris like we could wait till 8 because usually I mean we'll just sit around and bullshit till about then anyway.
Yeah,
but it didn't. He would have had to have left like at the time he was texting us because he is like a pretty much an hour away.
Right now he's in the middle of the screen.
Yeah,
I've got him.
Oh, he's with us.
I've got him all queued up. He's always with us. Let me figure out where the fuck my mouse is. Here it is. There he is.
Oh my god!
with a gun pointed at me, as is appropriate.
That's so funny, man. That was taken. That was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, this is when we did all the photos that we have. Oh no! Oh, that's right. No, this was from your party.
This was at the I Think You Should Leave party.
All the rest of the pictures are from that one time that we did that photo shoot.
I don't think I've done one since the new season came out, so there's more skits available.
Oh God, yeah, no,
yeah.
we didn't do
just season 2.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're at.
Yeah. So we've got some expanding to do.
I'm hoping that we still get. It seems like a pretty easy show to make. It doesn't seem like it's all that costly, and even so, I think Netflix is giving them the budget. So
sure,
I'm hoping we keep getting seasons, even though Tim Robinson keeps getting more projects,
more things. HBO,
he gets more and more attention.
Yeah,
I guess he's always been in the business because he was an SNL writer,
right?
So it's not like he's not like brand new to any of it.
Yeah,
but...
he's been in other stuff.
Yeah,
been around in other things. Oh, also
Detroiters, yeah, of course, but yeah.
So. Well, we might as well. We'll talk about it on the show.
Yeah, just start the stupid show.
Let's start the fucking show so that we don't waste any of these precious, glistening drops of content. It's
like diving in a pool of hot dogs.
Oh man, but just real sweaty on top of it. It's as if it's not salty
they're
enough.
Boiled.
It's like this is not sodium. These are nitrates.
Man, why do people boil
nitrates? I love a boiled hot dog.
Can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Yay! And then... Wait! What does that do? Did that blow your mind? That just happened.
This corner weighing in at 180 pounds.
Darkness, everybody!
You've got a dirty, whorish mouth.
A fucking amateur. Am I wrong? No. Am I wrong? Yeah. Okay, then.
Hail to the king, baby.
Oh, fuck it, dude.
Let's go bold.
You tell anyone about this, I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding. We'll come back by tonight. Okay.
Going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Kickstart with Matt
and Matt,
and
that's all.
We're here. That's right. Despite our best efforts and several surprises and several equal disappointments, well, maybe not, but it's just us, and we've got the window open.
There was a couple different ways. That's right. We got the birds chirping.
It's the nature cast. It's nature cast with
peaceful
Matt and Matt.
nature
That's
cast.
Right.
Let's go on a hike together.
That's exactly
let's
right.
Go on a hike through your imagination.
Let's go on a little walk through.
And
this,
is that what is that?
Let's go closer.
What was that sound?
I'm terrified by what I
see. Let's investigate that further.
It must be Chris. It is Chris.
What is that?
Oh, it's Chris eating his lunch. So we were supposed to have first Miles was going to be on the show.
We were going to put some mileage on our show with Miles.
We were going to bring it together. Mm-hmm. Miles has a new game. We were all excited.
And we're overdue for a Miles.
It's been a long time.
I want to say it's been a couple of years maybe because I think previous to the present day, we were back and forth on the disc dump.
Right. I think was the Aliens batch the last time we were together?
I think so.
We didn't do the John Carpenter one was before that. Cigarette Burns.
Yeah, that was before.
Okay, yeah. So then, and
so
I think that was it.
Was on the Kickstart at some point and during that time, and then it was
okay.
That was it. So, but I think that was like COVID. Was that COVID times 2020?
Yeah,
whatever. It's been a long time. If you've been following the show,
right.
But Miles has been missing for a bit, so he reached out and said he wanted to come and join us tonight. And then, of course, at the same time, Chris also said,
"Yes." Minutes later,
yeah, literally, Chris I'm coming.
So we talked about this before. We've talked about this before on the show. We're going to talk about it again. Chris has an uncanny, like
He's got a
radar.
That's a sense that he
for
has.
every single time that something out of the ordinary is going on the show.
Yeah, just something, every single week it's the same thing pretty much.
We have right, exactly. It's Matt and I just shouting into the void, desperately trying to entertain one another. But
Please
but
laugh.
every once in a while, something happens. We cancel the show, or we have somebody else as a guest, something like that. And Chris, inevitably, every single time, it's like, hey, I'm free.
That's the week.
I'm going to be on the show tonight.
I'm coming. Oh shit! Sorry. Either
Guess what, Chris?
something else was scheduled,
There
or
you go.
something got in the way and we can't do the show.
You've done it again. You've chosen the worst time.
So, but actually, that wasn't necessarily bad. We could have had both of them on.
We could have.
And
It's been a long time. I don't think we've ever had 4 Oh, no. When
No,
Deirdre
yeah.
was on. When Deirdre, that was the last time we had 4.
We've had.
Who else did we have more than 3?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. I was going to say.
I'm thinking back.
Yeah, we're talking way back.
Mhm.
Yeah, in this particular setup. But
prehistoric.
yeah, we're talking
So to speak,
prehistoric ones. Yes.
before
Oh,
the
yeah.
count.
You know it. You know it. But
Mhm.
yeah, no, we can still do one more. We do have the capability to do 4. But
Yeah. But then, I mean, the downside would be that we don't get to feature as much of Chris or as much of Miles because we're
Yeah.
all splitting the difference
right,
up.
exactly.
But
so
even so, it was going to happen. But then Miles all of a sudden,
couldn't make
he
it.
had a work
had
thing
some
that
work
he was
stuff
like,
come up, so
let's reschedule.
couldn't do it. And then, Allison said, I think he may have been on the show post COVID. It's, I
Yeah,
don't know.
she
I'll have to
would
look
know
back.
because anything beyond 2021.
Right.
Although Allison listened through many years, so
Yeah, she did.
yeah, she's
'cause I remember her
weirdly
popping in
she's
every once in
weirdly
a
a fan,
That's it.
and I was like, I got to snatch this one up now.
That's right. You gotta
okay?
you gotta grab the fan. Gotta grab the fans while you can because we don't have that many.
I
So
don't we've got none.
that's right. That's right. There's none left.
I've got to take away
I was working on Tyler, but he left us. So
and there's no more sincerity about her fandom
Yeah.
because now we're
she's obligated.
yeah, this is there's no choice about it. If you're gonna be with me, you're gonna have to listen to the show.
That's it.
Because
What are you gonna do? What
There's
are you
no
gonna
way
do?
you can stand daily life with me if it's because my daily life is basically the show.
Right.
All these are my thoughts unfiltered. There's only a little bit of a filter on there,
Just a little bit. Yeah.
So that-
we
so
just
that the,
redirect some things just so that
yeah.
we don't end up,
so that the what do they call it? The Kremlin doesn't come
That's
come and
right.
get me.
You don't want to get shipped off to the gulag anytime soon.
That's
That's
right.
for sure.
Oof.
Especially this time of year. It's getting so nice here.
I know.
You don't want to go off to the ice caps.
No,
No,
not
you
the
don't. You don't
gulag.
want to be
Or
shoveling
eat borscht.
ice. Yeah, eating
Shoveling
borscht
ice.
and shoveling ice every day. Not a way you want to spend your time. No. But anyhow, so I actually in preparation. Oh, and then Chris was coming, and
Yes,
now
yes.
Chris is not coming. He's not here. In his
he thought he
in
would
his-
have access to means of transportation.
right, but
which-
he did not.
The timing has not worked out.
So in the meantime, I have crafted. It won't mean anything to all of you listening at home. So congratulations. You'll sit through this for a little bit. We'll do our best to describe what's going on.
You already hate yourself by listening
That's
to our
right.
show.
You've already done this. You might as well just grin and bear it. Here we go.
Here we go.
So I have a different little thumbnail that I use for the episode so you can visually see when there's a guest on the show and
Okay.
who the guest is, depending upon who it is, right? So we traditionally will use the one with the 2 of us standing on either side and the little portal in the middle, and whoever's on is coming through the portal.
Yeah.
So we stick with that theme, but we're starting to diversify what else is going on. So for this particular one, this is the one that we'll use when Miles is on the show. This has got all of the crucial components.
I forgot that we did this whole big photo shoot where we did stock poses.
Oh yeah,
and
we
all
had
kinds of funny like goofy shit.
we had a blast. And we need to do it again because these photos they're visibly old. So
No, they're not. I don't feel like we look any different.
yeah, we look a lot different.
What are you talking about?
It's gravity has taken control of us a lot more. We're a lot longer. Is what I mean. We've been stretched out. But this particular frame here, we really went for the disc dump thing. I don't know why I put a honeycomb in the background, but it just seemed fitting because
You mean
of all the buzz.
This weird like tetralelogram?
No, in the very back of the background behind the discs is a honeycomb. The orangish yellow that's in the
Oh.
background.
Oh, that works.
Yeah.
It feels real 90s.
Yeah, that's
I like
sort of
that.
the idea. Yeah,
It
and
feels
then
like a 90s teenager's like wall or floor.
Right. And then the best part is behind each of our names, there are corresponding things to, the best wishes game. There's a bunch of sex toys behind my name, and then
Oh,
yours is a
nice.
bunch of exclamation points and question
What?
marks asking what, where,
Where? What?
why.
Who?
So
Oh,
that'll
man.
be Miles's moniker there.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
So I love the like AI driven like horror show that started happening as you were like looking at messing around, playing around with that.
Oh, that was fantastic because originally I was going to have Miles in like a frame on the background. And so I had this picture of him from his Facebook page or whatever that he had used. And I was thinking, well, I can just use, that generative AI or whatever to fill out this frame a little bit more so it fits into the appropriate aspect ratio. And
it like made new people. And I was based on the glare of Miles's glasses.
Yeah. So his eyes were completely cut out, missing. And behind that were a bunch of people's faces, like almost like a spider. It was fantastic. Yeah, it was great. It was great. I was having a good time with that. Yeah,
that's our future, man. That's where we're heading.
And you know what? I'm all right with it.
Yeah, whatever.
It's all fine with me.
It's already horrific now. I mean, what's the difference, really?
Got to die from something.
At least it's novel.
Got to die from something.
Of course you do.
That's it. Yeah.
And then I'll make sure of that.
Yeah. So I don't know what's up. So what's going on? Anything?
I keep going down a rabbit hole of watching these videos of. There's this dude calls himself Johnny Hamcheck, and he just walks up to people on the street and he records himself doing this where he's like, hey, it's you, isn't it? Balboni's over here. He told me you can't fuck around over on this. He'll just stop people on the street and start harassing them. He's like, you don't remember me, do you? I'm Johnny Hamcheck. You know where I can score some crypto around here? But he's so matter of fucking fact.
Right.
And I found some other guy now that's like, the algorithm is feeding this to me. Whereas this other dude, he's like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm not a danger to you or anyone else. But I did spot you over there, and I want you to know there's no harm is going to come to you. But I can see those knees. I'm a knees guy. I'm a kneecap guy. I think it's the most beautiful thing. You mind if I'm not going to slice them off. it's the most suggestively threatening shit.
Right.
But he's just laughing and like being
Oh my
polite.
God, Deirdre's here.
Deirdre! Woo! It looks like we did get another guest.
Right.
Sound off.
Deirdre's here.
She's like, let me check in on this dumpster fire of a shithole piece of shit show. And then let me just remind myself why I have other things that are better to do.
That's it.
At any given moment. And here we are, being terrible.
We've made it.
This is my goal. Like, I want to get to the point where I'm so socially completely disregard flippant about rules and expectations that I can just walk up to people and start just saying any old shit to them with a total straight face. Because consistently, people just go along with it.
Of course
they don't know what else to do.
Yeah, because they're nervous. So they're like, wait, am I wrong here? I don't know what's happening. They're still trying to like weigh out the situation. They don't know what's going on.
Most people aren't like, fuck off, get out of here, you nut.
Yeah.
Because they just are, you watch them behind their eyes, they're trying to assess if the person's crazy.
Yes, exactly.
If they should engage with it more, how to disengage with them.
Are you Ashton Kutcher in a mask?
It just shakes it up.
Are you P. Diddy in a mask?
Oh,
that's a whole other set of concerns.
What is there any news with P. Diddy? I stopped following.
His sons got in trouble for doing some bad stuff. They were involved in this whole ring, but stuff's looking a little hairy, and the details are still being worked out. So we'll see what happens with all that.
Man,
but it's the world.
I don't like when the boomers have fuel for not liking rap music. I hate it. I'm like, damn it, Diddy. Why the fuck you gotta diddly? You gotta be Diddy the diddler.
No, yeah, it's just there's so many threads that are being yanked at continually.
But this has also highlighted the virtue of 50 Cent.
Yeah, exactly.
Have
right.
you noticed that 50 Cent?
Because he's not. Yeah, and he's not worried about it at all.
I never liked him at all.
Kenny's here now too.
Kenny's here.
Yeah. Wait, no, buddy. Yeah, it's just like we might as well just do this at a bar.
Yeah, just to encourage people to come up on our show and listen to us, we'll just shout them out. Hooray!
Like we're doing a cam show or something. Like, don't forget the tip, otherwise we're not taking our tops off.
Oh, it's like a coyote ugly in here.
It is.
I mean, it's
well,
definitely both
we've
of those
got the
things.
ugly part. So-
Mhm, and we're also night dwelling
Yeah.
pests to
and I
farmers.
eat old foods. Technically,
you are
I
kind
am.
of a-
I'm a scavenger of
You-
sorts.
You are a
I
scavenger.
usually order the food that's old, but
Not even just food. I mean, like you've got a whole, you've got a mass of possessions. You've got like
Oh,
a horde
man.
of things
I-
like a dragon hoards gold.
It's a treasure trove
Mhm.
of absolutely. I've been thinking about Getty said he's feeding a baby and his dark soul simultaneously. But no, I enjoy being able to dive into the depths of all of these things and just set them all up. I'm looking right now at building some new bookcases. I want to
Mhm.
fucking do something with this wall back here.
You have something on the wall. There's pictures.
I
and
know,
stuff. You're
I know, but
displaying this
it's-
art collection that you have.
I know, but I want to do something else.
What else? Where else are you going to display
I
this
don't
art?
know. I don't know. We got a lot of walls in here. It's a lot of neo angles. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
I think you guys need less walls. Some of these walls just I don't
I
know
want
about
more
their
walls.
structural
I want,
integrity.
I want most of my house to be like a maze, and then it'll be practically a solid block of walls.
They're just it's just like 8 levels of
Yeah.
sheetrock just piled up right on top of each
It's
other.
like I take like the footprint of the Winchester house and just
Mhm.
squish it all down
compacted.
into the footprint of my house, and it's perfect. It's a farmhouse. It's not supposed to be perfect.
That's
It's
true.
all slapped together and everything like
But
that.
you should put a wall right between us right
have
here.
No idea how many horses are buried in these walls.
Oh my god.
Whole horses too. That's why some of the walls are bulged out.
Found another horse in the walls. God, I just keep on getting in there somehow.
I thought we had a tail hanging over there. It's the tail sticking out. Look, it's just
You
the
hear 'em?
it's just the house settling.
They're
Don't worry.
they're
It's just
galloping in there.
it's just the horses in the walls. The house is settling. It's okay.
You just you just drill a hole through the top of your wall
Yeah.
and you feed a tube of acid in there and you just
We're just breaking them
We're just
down. No, we're just breaking them down. Don't take a shower right now, though. The wall, the structural integrity is not too good.
The ba-
Steam could break right through.
the acid and the bases don't mix really together,
We're just a little concerned.
pure acidic right now.
Right,
Trying
we're
to
not-
keep the pH.
We're not sure how far this stuff burns through. We didn't do a depth test on the horsehair plaster. Man, I don't know. Well, I don't know what the fuck to talk about. What it's just
Man,
always and you know what? You know what the best part is?
What?
Every time that I listen back to these episodes and I say that, we start talking about something else, and I was like, "You've been waiting to talk about this for 4 weeks," and you forget every time you start the show. So I'm sure that's going on right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm listening to myself in the future. I'm
Mm-hmm.
listening back to just in case I am. Hello, you old fuck. You'll be
Yeah,
you're,
you
you're
old son of a
How
you
your
saggy
knees?
ba-
How are your
How
knees?
those
You
knees
piece
doing?
of shit.
Can't walk
I'm
anymore.
the one that'll always be alive. You're gonna die.
I am walking around in perpetuity.
I will always
I'm
survive.
dancing, baby.
You're getting older and older every minute.
Mhm.
You'll never be this young.
That's right. Not
Mm-mm.
until the conscious transfer happens.
Nope.
Where the body's breaks down entirely.
Yep.
Flip it over. Now it's
Do you
it's this AI generated
That's it.
existence.
That's exactly what. Do you feel
which
like?
is what I feel like we're already doing.
Do you
but-
feel like you reached the age that you want to go to? Like if you had to pick an age,
Oh man,
be?
yeah. Okay, so
or did you pass it yet? Do you feel?
are we
like-
talking about just physically?
Yeah, just so like if they're like, all right, what stage of your existence do you want to? That's your body is
You're,
based
you're
on
just
that.
giving me like a clone body on
yeah,
that age.
yeah, and it's
it
going to
stays
stay that way. Yeah,
23.
23. That young, really?
Mhm. 23 was like my physical peak.
Oh, okay.
I was in my best. I was like in my strongest shape,
Mm-hmm.
I think, and I felt like I was just like reached my physical peak, and then it just kind of like going up towards 30. I just feel like it's been kind of like a slow degrading over
Right.
time.
Right.
Because I'm like, I don't push my limits really with stuff anymore. Because like now I've got like some injuries where I'm like, whoops. Back when I was 23,
Yeah, yeah.
I fucked my
didn't-
back up.
I didn't have as many injuries before this, so yeah. Well,
I think as far as where like anywhere between 23 and like 30
Mhm.
probably would be a good
I-
spot.
I feel like around 30, between 30 and 35, somewhere in there would probably be my point because
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of leveled out a lot.
You mean
and
physically?
that- yeah, like a lot of the pains that I had when I was growing up, they all kind of metered out and everything was fine.
Oh,
And
nice.
I got all this shit taken care of that was going wrong, and so I feel like whatever. So there's says eventually we always go back to the idea of AI robots.
That's right.
It's true because ultimately
that's our
it's
dream.
our inevitable future and / dream.
We all want to live forever,
and
and
wants to live forever. That's
there's
the
as
song.
long as there's existence, there's a hope that it won't be a total hellscape or a trash can.
What do you mean the existence
Like yeah,
itself?
just physical existence.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
If you could launch out into space,
yeah,
in your robot body,
Right.
and you could colonize like a brand new planet.
that I would thoroughly
Start
of
over.
course, as we
Yeah,
know.
I mean-
I would jump at that any opportunity. But then there's people in the world. Like the other day, I was driving to the grocery store. I was coming back, and I looked to the left, and there is a very thin teenage boy
Hmm.
in a full cowboy costume.
Oh,
He's like maybe 17.
is this like a utility cowboy costume or like a Woody from Toy Story?
It looks like a Marty McFly cowboy costume,
okay.
right?
Yeah, all right.
And he had a 10-gallon hat on,
Mhm.
and it was, white as the driven snow,
Oh,
and
wow.
the brim was huge, fucking huge, right?
Damn.
And has this
He's like a
push
cartoon
mower.
character.
I know he has this push mower, and he's cutting the front lawn.
What
and
the
I'm thinking,
fuck?
and I'm driving by, and I'm like, what in the hell is going on? And I look over, and this old man comes walking out. It looks like he's like from ZZ Top. He's got a long pointed beard that went down to his fucking knees, and he's got this cane, and he's walking out, and he's got this weird fucking wreath on his head. And
Like
he's
Father
walking out.
Christmas?
Yeah, he's walking out. He's walking out to this guy, and I was like, this kid, and they're talking to each other, and he's like scolding him. He's like shaking his cane at him and stuff. And the teenager is like throwing his arms up, and he took his hat off, and they're like going back and forth. And then I was too far away to see what happened
What
after
the hell
that.
do you mean you don't have anything to talk about? This is the weirdest
That's what I mean. I
shit
forget about it.
to witness.
I forget. And I was like, I wish I had a dash cam because that was the weirdest fucking thing. But every once in a while that happens.
See,
I love it.
here's the thing. This is more evidence that
Yeah.
we may already be in a simulation.
And
Tell
I'm
me
okay
that that's
with
not
it.
like a program, like a scripted event.
The moment that I saw it, I thought something is wrong with my brain
Mhm.
because when I saw the kid pushing the lawnmower in a cowboy costume, I was thinking, why is he doing this? This can't be real. I must be
Yeah.
crazy, And then all the way on the other side, Kenny says it's the lost script of Midsummer set in South York. That's probably what it is. Yeah, it probably is. They're waiting to jump off of a cliff there. But it was a weird fucking thing, and it's just in the middle of the day.
Mhm.
Nothing, no special circumstances. I just love when those tears in reality happen.
Oh, yeah.
It really it helps me to understand that life here is not meant to be understood.
I looked over. I was driving back from the grocery store. This was some time ago, maybe like a month ago.
Listen, tune in next week when we'll tell you what happened that week when we went to the grocery store.
I stopped at a stoplight, right? And
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about people who think that they're just invisible in their car.
Yeah.
I'm stopped at the stoplight. I happen to just turn my head over because Allison's with me. I looked over. The dude in the truck next to me,
Right.
he's like finger up his nose, pulls
Knuckle,
one out,
2 knuckles deep.
down the throat.
No.
I was like, oh my God. And this man was like a middle-aged man. I was like, this is so fucking disgusting.
Ah.
Ugh. And I can't get these images out of my brain. They're just
Yeah, of
burned
course.
in there.
No, I understand. I have a few
Oh.
burned in myself.
Oh,
It's
God.
a new one that's burned in. My brother-in-law chopped his
Oh my
fingertip
God.
off.
Tell me about this. You
So-
texted me about it, but I
so-
was like, holy
so-
fuck. I have so many questions.
I don't know how it happened. I didn't get the blow
Were
by
they like
blow.
an electric type of trimmer?
Yeah, like the kind, like a. Okay,
so I'm just gonna say this.
You're
I'm sorry, Travis, but
listen.
I mean,
You need 2 hands. It's got a handle and a trigger because you need to hold both.
don't they have safeties on those things?
Well, not if you put your finger in it.
I have been using those things since I was like
Ah,
a teenager.
yeah.
And I would be solely responsible for trimming the hedges in my house.
Yeah,
And I never had a cut or an instance like that at all.
it
I'm
was.
just so shocked that like like you're talking like the top digit
You
part
want,
is.
you want to see? No, not
Ooh.
that far.
Okay.
I got you. Sure, you don't have to look at it if you don't want to. You get to make the decision.
Oh, God. Is this good content if I do? Oh no! Oh my God!
You want to say
I'm
it?
gonna be haunted by this. I guess
It's
so. Yeah.
it-
Do it for the content.
So this is so I'll preface it this way so
Fuck.
that your anticipation isn't quite as detrimental.
Okay.
Okay. Everything is almost perfectly in its place,
Okay.
but almost like Resident Evil, like just a frame after the lasers turn off,
Okay.
stuff moves into the wrong place and
Right.
you know something's wrong,
Yeah.
but you can't really see it.
Yeah.
So it's more what your brain's going to put together after seeing
Oh.
it. That's bad.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm not ready, but please.
There's his finger.
Oh shit! Oh, they were able to reattach it.
Yes.
Oh,
They,
good.
they
Oh, that's
originally
good.
they were going to have
That's
to
a nice
take
clean
it off
cut, at least.
And
It's a clean cut. It almost looks like a paper cut, except it's right through the nail.
all the way through.
Oh,
Yes.
well,
He had just a little bit hanging on, and
Oh.
they weren't sure that they were going to be able to put it back on. But finally, they said, it looks good. It's a nice clean cut.
Oh.
We're going to suture it up.
It's like if you cut if you rip the banana
Yeah.
off and then it's just dangling off the one little thread.
Right. That's basically what was going on. Yeah. They were trying to decide whether they were going to rip the rest of it off, or if they were going to.
I just hope he takes off of work long enough to heal.
No, I think he went back today. No, I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
I
It
assume
wouldn't
he's
it
going
wouldn't
to.
surprise me at all
Oh no.
if he's right back at it. But yeah,
Ugh.
so they got him all squared away. They had to take his nail off so that they could do all that, of course. But
fuck.
yeah, so I'm sure that was a
Oh, my
pleasant experience,
God.
and not any better than chopping your fingertip off. But
This is like the like barf start.
the
tonight.
barf start. Well, we started off with the nature, so
It's beautiful nature, and let's trade stories about disgusting things that we've
I'm
witnessed
gonna
recently.
tell you about all this weird shit that's happening right now.
Fucking hell!
Yeah, it's all this crazy
Oh,
stuff.
I played a show in a basement the other day.
Oh
night.
yeah. How'd that go?
I was on Thursday. It's this
Uh-huh.
place called Papa's Palace. It's called
Papa's Palace is in a basement somewhere.
Yes.
That doesn't sound like
It-
the kind of palace that.
It's not the kind. It sounds like the kind of palace where there's like they were investigating it in True
I was
Detective.
going to say it sounds like
But-
the type of palace that maybe like a SWAT team is about to
Yeah.
investigate.
Yeah. Interesting name for a place.
It is.
It's really close to Phantom Power, which is up in Millersville.
Sure.
And this is with my band Santosha.
And close meaning similar or in proximity to.
What?
Just,
Oh no, it's close.
depend-
Like you could walk there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. It's close enough that you could walk to the
Mhm.
actual venue.
Sure.
There was this band playing that same night called Mannequin Pussy. Which,
Mhm.
are you familiar with them?
No, but I have heard the name.
Yeah, Mannequin Pussy. It's like an all-girl punk group.
Yeah.
Apparently, they have like a little bit of traction now, so that's pretty
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
So they're playing the same night, so we played early, so that most people could go over there. But dude, this was a tiny little basement. I mean, I've been to bigger basements at house parties when I was in
Sure.
college. It was wild. But I will like always be impressed at how hungry for like music and live music people are in that area.
Yeah, it's true.
That whole like scene, those people just like they just love it. So there was like
Yeah.
a ton of people down there.
Mhm.
Dude, we got paid $120 to
Fuck,
play
man.
for like 20 minutes.
Nice.
We had to do short sets so we could do quick turnarounds.
Yeah,
and all,
yeah.
But
How many band was it for?
this is 3.
So 3.
Yeah. One of our friends' bands, like one of these guys that we've been playing with,
When
they're
did the
called.
show start?
We started it off, and we started at like we were supposed to start at 7
Mhm.
or 7.
Yeah,
I
I
think
was
we
gonna say
started at 7:30 though. So
Oh, because it's on a Thursday. I see. Okay.
yeah. So apparently, like it's I don't know. I think the people are moving from that location, so in the future
Blowing it out.
they may not continue.
Right.
But
Right.
man, I just was impressed by how cool it was.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I miss about the community club being
Mhm.
gone because
Well, like this whole underground scene.
Yeah.
I played a lot of house shows and
Yeah.
and it sounds like I'm just kind of starting over, like I'm 19 again,
right.
which it kind of feels like that a lot of times. But I get like better reception from the audience and get paid more money playing
Yeah.
these DIY shows. Like I played this other place called House of Jenk.
Mhm.
House of Jenk. I know it sounds fucking goofy, right? The House of Jenk. It's out there. It's like if you know, you have to ask. You have to know someone. You have to ask where it is.
Right. Right.
House of Jank and the Upside are two like DIY spots I've played,
Mhm.
and it gets packed.
That's and a lot of times that's the way that it is, because if they have a spot,
Mhm.
they pull those bands in, and you get to see weird bands for
It's just
cheap,
weird,
you know?
yeah. I mean, yeah, because it like Tyler's like a huge booking force for our band.
Sure.
He
Well,
goes-
and he's always going to live music anyway. He's
Mhm.
always been that way.
He makes a lot of the connections.
Yeah.
He shares the music, and then bands will be like, "I like your stuff. Can you
Right.
play with us?"
Right.
You know, I've yet to find out where we exactly fit, but
Mhm.
we play with this band called Fragile Like Life After, and this other band called Cali Cousins,
Mhm.
like California Cousins. They
Okay.
shortened it because
Right,
I
right.
guess they had a a copyright issue.
Lawsuit.
Yeah, and because of this lawsuit, we have to
We
change
call
our
it
name. now.
California Pizza Kitchen, and they sue us over that too. These fuckers won't leave us
California
alone.
Pizza Bitchin'. That's why we changed our name was Sonder, but there's just too damn
Yeah.
many of them, so
Yeah.
we changed it to Santosha,
That's it.
which is a yoga term.
Right. There
Yeah,
you
which
go.
you know probably more. Than
I'm going to tell you all about it on another episode.
There we go. Let's do a whole feature episode on why my band is
It'll
called
be
what
a
it is.
Patreon exclusive. How about that?
Patreon exclusive.
yeah.
My God, we don't have any. Nobody wants to pay for this.
There's nothing on Patreon.
What's fucking crazy
yeah.
to me
Yeah.
is this is like a show where we do it just for our close friends almost.
Pretty
but
much, yeah.
We
Just
have
to
a
hang out with
uh,
our friends
we
without
have-
them being here.
That's right. Since you can't be in the room with
We'll
us,
just digitally hear some of them. Yeah.
come listen to us just ramble on.
Yeah.
But we do this other show, the Two-Headed Horror Show, and we get like 1,000 downloads a week.
It's fucking stupid. Well, it's all because of Jesse and Steph.
Yeah.
It's just because Say Satan has the following. So
Yeah. They're
you
like,
know.
if they make a reference that
Yeah,
we hear
yeah,
in
yeah.
a crossover episode, we want to hear what that is.
Right. It's almost like the Marvel movies. We're
Yeah.
we're like
Completionist.
Ant-Man versus the Eternals.
Oh fuck! Yeah, no, yep, you're digging down in the bottom of the barrel, dude. That is a superhero fatigue. Superhero cinema fatigue is a real fucking thing.
That
When
is-
Endgame hit, I was like, I'm done.
I-
I'm done.
that-
I can't keep doing this. This is the
You
whole
can't.
reason I never really got into American comics
no,
back
no,
in the
exactly
day.
right.
It's just so goddamn much.
Because you can't jump in, and they're like, this is a perfect time to jump in. I remember because I used to get the
Of course they
previews.
want to say that.
I used to get the previews catalog so that I
Yeah,
could find
yeah.
all the weird, obscure comics that nobody was talking about anyway. So I had to find them myself.
Right.
And I can't tell you how many times that was part of the description. This is a great time to jump into the Batman subplot with the Gotham City Knights of. It's like, just fucking shut up. If I knew about it, I would be interested.
It can't that you can't have a story run for
Yeah.
40 fucking years
Yeah.
and then act like it's the same characters but rebooted.
Right.
If it's not a one through line,
Sorry.
stop telling the same
That's
story.
right. That's right. We got it. He's scared of the bats. His parents are dead. What? How about the
He
storyline
beats
where
on the mentally ill
Yeah,
and the
exactly right.
homeless.
How about does something special? Maybe he goes to space. How about
Yeah.
Batman? Batman goes to space.
Hell yeah.
Let him figure out what the aliens
But you know,
are up
somebody's
to.
gonna mouth off, somebody's gonna sound off and be
Yeah.
like, he did go to space.
He did go to
It's
space.
because you don't care to read.
Exactly right. You're just ignorant to the Batman mythos.
That's right.
You're the moron.
You're the
now.
idiot.
You're the idiot now.
Stupid.
I know that. I'm smarter than you.
I mean, like, there is a. I understand having a character and just like giving other people a chance to put them through different iterations of stuff.
Yeah,
if you
sure,
have a
sure.
good solid character, because
Yeah.
what would you do? You would have an analog
Mm-hmm.
to Batman.
Right.
He'd just be like,
Like Doctor Who.
like
Just
Night Rat or something like
yeah,
that.
exactly right.
It'd be like the same, but they give him the same backstory. I mean, how many people have Batman's backstory, by the way? Orphan child,
Exactly right.
grows up to be a hero
There
of
you
some
go.
kind. It's like, it's just so. I mean, I see why you just slap the Batman on it already.
right.
You have an
You
established
got to do
world.
that. I think that Batman should go to space and he lands on another planet and it's inhabited by man bats. It's all
Oh, man.
giant man-sized bats, just like Man Bat was.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part of the
Just
cartoon.
like Man. And then there's just like Alfreds that are like moles in the ground.
That's right.
They just
They
pop their
pop.
heads
They
up.
pop up and they try to
Sir,
help me, Master Bruce. Help me, Master Bruce.
bloop, bloop, bloop.
Master Bruce. Master Bruce. Master Bruce. All across the valley.
He's like, how did I end up on this planet?
This is a weird place.
And meanwhile, he's like in a straitjacket in a padded room.
Alfred's looking at him through the window, shaking his head. Not today.
Mr. Wayne.
Not today.
Master Wayne. See, we just invalidated our whole
There you
rant
go. We
because you
made
just made a great
whole
story
subplot.
and you used Batman.
You gotta make
Son
it.
of a bitch.
You gotta make it, and you gotta pay me.
Now I know why the comics are so
Now
successful.
I understand.
Now I get it. It's a perfect time to jump in. This was a perfect time for you to jump in.
That's right. This is a perfect time to join the storyline.
I'll tell you what. At this point, and cinema is not just with the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Walking Dead is like beyond. I watched through The Walking Dead proper. That ends in such a pitiful, shitty, fucking lame ass way.
I'm sure.
Because they don't care. Because it's not actually over.
Right.
They're ready to take on like Daryl Dixon doing his own.
Yeah.
And then Michonne and Rick have a show. And I'm pretty sure that is over now.
Is it?
Or it's still airing, but it's
I had
near
no idea.
completion.
I didn't even touch any of that.
I'm like curious to see what they do. And then Negan and Maggie have one. So, and I'm like, what are they just going to reconverge and go, hey, we're back again?
Right,
They
Walking
will
Dead
never,
too,
they'll
yeah.
never let it go.
No. It's
They'll never let it
Superman
go.
and Batman. It's the same fucking
Yeah.
thing.
But it fails without some of those flagship characters.
Of course.
And I feel the same way about the Marvel stuff. When, I went along for the ride when they had Captain America and Iron Man, Hulk, and all that stuff.
Right,
Thor.
right.
But now that they're all kind of changed and gone, some of them just gone completely.
Yeah,
I'm
totally.
just not that. I mean, I don't mind the passing of the torch kind of
Mhm,
stuff, but I'm
mhm.
just, it's too much.
There's got to
It's
be
too much to
something.
follow.
Right, exactly.
I don't
right.
have the time for all that. There's way too much other
That's
interesting.
what it is. Where there's too much competition for my attention. That's the generation and the era in which we live. Like it or not, that is the reality.
And you have superhero in the world. Like if you're in the superhero world, you know that there are certain constructs of characterization, themes that you cannot escape.
Right.
As much as they're like Punisher's, he's a hero, but he kills people. Okay, great. There's a whole bunch of other really interesting stories being told that are also relatable.
Right.
Like how about just somebody from like Minnesota who's like I don't know, having to deal with cancer or something like that.
That's right.
That's an interesting
Cancer
story.
Man.
Yeah, Cancer Man.
Cancer Man.
Or like Breaking Bad's a good example.
There
of
you
that.
go. That's the same thing. That's what we're talking about. Cancer Man.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's just milking the cash cow.
Yep.
Until it's dry as a bone
And then you
jerky.
you just try and get a little more powder out of that, hoping that you can spit into it and turn it into some milk, but
Ugh.
doesn't work out.
It's like when you keep refilling your soap with water. your soap containers.
Eventually, it's just water. Yep, it's just flavored water. It's no
Yeah, it's
longer
Kool-Aid.
even. There's no soap property left. It's just the little bit of scent that was left over from the aroma. Everything else is drifted into a void, I guess. And
It's all been washed down the sink.
washed down, sucked down into the drain, just like the rest of our world. And let's listen to some of those things that have been sucked down into the drain.
The specific instances
that have
for
been
this week.
particularly strange, with some weird news. How about we do that
Let's go.
right about now? All right, we got 4. We had 5. We've
Man, so
we
many
got
people.
Kenny, we got Allison, we got Juan, we got Deirdre. How many
Sometimes
people is that?
I saw
for?
it. I always get notifications after Tuesday.
I love it. Oh,
and it
yeah,
tells
me
Ace
too.
popped in.
Oh,
you
that's
know.
absolutely everybody. Whoever's here, whoever's been here, you're here. We're acknowledging
Thanks
you.
for being here.
We're acknowledging you, and you've made it. You've made it here. You've made it a good night, and we're going to give you some more. Here we go. Let's get this fucking tape going here. Where is the tape?
We've got a very long resume for radio if that ever decides to make a comeback in the world, which it never will. Because
No, it will never come back.
we were early in the podcast world in
Yes.
the game,
Yes.
and nobody gave a fuck,
Nope.
and we still missed any kind of relevance.
Yep.
Ever since fucking Joe Rogan got on top of it,
Yep.
Mm.
We got him.
I've been jujitsu'd.
Got him.
I got
oh,
choked
Juan,
out.
Juan says who saw the eclipse. That's what I wanted to fucking talk
Oh,
about.
there you go.
So that's what I will be screaming
all
at
right.
myself the whole time that I'm listening to
There
the
you
beginning of this
go.
episode.
There
Yep.
you
I
go.
watched it, Juan. I made a little tube telescope thing so that I could stare straight into the sun.
Oh hell
And
yeah!
it's great because most of my life is completely invisible now. It's like I'm a superhero.
So we weren't in the totality zone, which
90 to
means that we
95,
we
yeah.
didn't. It's weird because it actually didn't really change like our surroundings with the light that much.
Yes, it fucking did. Did you not go sit outside? I
Yeah.
sat outside for the whole
I was
thing.
outside for like the whole.
Well,
it started
you,
at like
you
3,
must be a lot
was over at,
farther
like,
away than I thought you are.
3:30. I mean, it got like kind of like
3:30. It started at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I said. I started
Oh.
at 3, and then it
Yeah.
ran till like 3:30, 3:45
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah.
I was there the whole time.
Yeah, it was like it went kind of like this where it passed over
Yes.
this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it did there
It
was
went
this,
vertically
Yeah, it got-
across.
yeah,
it
it got
didn't get
all
much
everything
darker.
got sepia tone. I don't know what you're talking
I mean,
about.
there were some interesting tones, but
Yeah.
in the full totality, it gets like dark. It gets like nighttime.
Well, it says Texas got pitch black and cold. People were screaming and going crazy.
Yeehaw!
Yep, that's it. Having a great time riding them cowboy. Riding them cowboy.
Texas has no idea how to deal with like weird weather events. By the way,
just like
if they get
they're just like the Vikings.
Texas is fucking crazy because like they'll get torrential rain.
yeah.
Torrential.
Oh yeah.
Immediate like dumping of fucking like tons of rain
Right.
to the point that it floods roads.
Yeah.
And these people don't stop driving. I've driven in the Texas rain. They don't stop.
No.
They just keep on driving the same speed.
Just screaming.
You
though.
can't see.
Yeah.
I
no.
mean, you might as well close your fucking eyes. I'm not even exaggerating. I couldn't see anything.
I know how
Even
that
the
goes.
lights in front of the car in front of me. I was just like,
Yep.
I gotta just keep on maintaining speed until I get through this little
Power
patch.
through.
But then-
Power through.
But the slightest touch of ice, dude, there's pileups all over the place.
Yep.
The eclipse happens, just pandemonium.
Love it. Love
Don't
it.
know
And-
what. It's nighttime now.
It's at nighttime.
Son of a
No,
bitch.
that's right. Oh well. Time to go to sleep. Time to go to sleep. Time for some weird news. Get ready, everybody. Here we go.
Must be weird.
Do.
Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah!
Weird news on the Kickstarter net.
Help me, Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise used the witchcraft on me to get the fire off me! Oh, help me, Oprah Winfrey! Ah!
A tarantula enjoys a fine chewing gum. A human torch is denied a bank loan. The arsonist has partnership.
And now with this week's weird news, here's Bitch.
Alrighty, everybody. So here we go. Let's get the video up for our viewers at home. And we're going to start off. Juan reminded us we had an eclipse. We did have an eclipse on Monday
right.
yesterday. I watched the eclipse. Did you watch the eclipse? You said you did.
I watched it.
You said that not much happened. I disagree with you. I got eclipse burn on the back of my neck.
I needed 400
I
SPF
needed 400 SPF. I
sunscreen.
forgot I needed the eclipse strength.
That's right, because
And
it focuses the
It's-
sunlight
It does.
like a beam.
It bends it
You
all
ever
around.
seen when a kid takes a magnifying glass and burns
Right.
an ant?
It's like taking a flashlight through one of those real tight like glasses, like the narrow ones,
Yep.
you know. And, oh yeah.
It's like it's like at the end of Enter the Dragon.
oh my God. Just-
Mirrors reflecting light,
and it just
compounding it.
explodes. Aziz, light. You know, it really just builds and builds and builds. I'll tell you what else. On top of that, we not only had an eclipse, we also had a fucking earthquake.
Oh yeah. See, both underwhelming natural phenomena
very,
for
very
me.
much so. Yeah.
The eclipse thing. I mean, yeah, you said that the lighting kind of changed. It was
did, yeah.
it was minor. I mean, in my opinion,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
wasn't like
we
wasn't
weren't in
dramatic.
totality, yeah, so we didn't get the whole.
it was cool
blackout.
to look at. It was interesting that it started to feel a little bit like more like dusk out at
Yeah,
like 3 p.m.
Right, exactly.
Which I'm still so used to it because we just changed from the winter.
That's true. Yeah,
Time
it didn't
time
seem that
changed.
odd.
So I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
usually I'm used to it getting dark around 3:30. But yeah, the earthquake whole deal. I have no idea. I had no inkling of that there was an earthquake at all.
Right.
What did you feel an earthquake at all?
No, I felt nothing, and I was sitting perfectly still.
They're just lying to us.
There was nothing. So apparently not, because our first story this evening: Justin Allen, a 33-year-old father of two from Horsham, Pennsylvania,
Oh God.
got a whole lot of attention on social media Friday when he posted about his experience during an earthquake. He was it struck during the middle of a very delicate procedure.
Did he chuck his kids down the stairs and blame it on the earthquake and then collect insurance money and life insurance from those children?
Yes, at the
Because-
Urology Health Center.
At the Urology Health Center. I have two guesses as to what he was doing.
Well, Allen explained to the HuffPost on Friday that he had a 10 a.m. appointment scheduled at the Urology Center in Huntington Huntingdon Valley, excuse me.
Sure.
Yes. And that it started out totally normal.
Yeah.
He said, I was thankful to have a surgeon that walked me through every single step of my
That's a
procedure.
hammering
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
nail
yeah.
into his penis.
It's like, don't worry, we're going to get real deep today. But about 10 to 20 minutes into the surgery, the whole room started shaking. He reacted the same way a lot of people on the East Coast did by trying to figure out a logical reason for the surreal situation.
And
first-
then followed by screaming in agony because they cut his whole dick off.
So at first I was wondering if we were close to a train station or if there was something else that could be causing the room to be shaking like that. Either way, I didn't initially think it was an earthquake because I had never really felt one before. But when the surgeon addressed the elephant in the room and said, "When is the doctor?" Or is that an earthquake? Where is the doctor? Wait, is it an earthquake?
I do not have malpractice insurance.
I still thought he was joking and trying to lighten the mood during my vasectomy, but after a minute or two, when things settled, he resumed the procedure, and we all laughed about it. We would never forget
The guy,
when and where we were when this
he's
happened.
laying in the stirrups, and he's like, and then he feels the shake, and he's like, "Whoa!" He's looking around the room.
Yeah.
He looks over at the doctor. There's blood squirting onto his face, all dripping down his glasses, and he's like, "Everything all right down there, doc?" And he's just like, "Yep."
He's like, was that an
He
earthquake?
spits his blood out, his own blood out of his mouth. He's doing just fine. All to be expected.
You can have his back.
Ooh.
Hold on a minute now. Feeling a little unsteady.
Well, there's a new fear for you to
Yeah, right, exactly
contemplate,
right.
That there
It's-
might be a random
you never
earthquake.
You never know. But he said, I definitely thought it'd be just something funny for my friends to laugh at, and apparently it blew up. His wife, Bridget Allen, even snapped a few photos of her husband, or maybe of his junk, we don't know, outside of the facility, and couldn't help to post them on X as well. At first, I was wondering if we were close to a train station or something else that could be causing the shaking. Either way, I was very, very upset that it had to happen during this delicate procedure. So he said the experience was so wild that he couldn't help himself but share it with others. He thought it would be something funny, and apparently I pasted that whole thing on there twice. That's why I just read it twice. So sometimes you go in to get those little tiny vesicles
Mhm.
snipped. Sometimes Mother Earth is like, I require more.
I know
So-
you.
Just like the mummy, Prince Imhotep is pleased with your sacrifice, but he requires more. He will need your tongue, that's how you got to do it.
Sometimes you book the greatest penile surgeon
Right.
on planet Earth.
Penile.
and
Yeah, I'm Dr. Dick. I'm a penile surgeon.
and
I was destined for this field personally. My mother always told me I had a knack for being a dick. So
a knack for being a quack.
let me tell you what, I don't know what I'm doing down here, but I love sharp objects, and the skin is so delicate.
The universe will give you Edward Scissorhands.
Nobody
instead.
ever picks anything up with their dick. So
Yeah, I've gotten accustomed to holding all of my scalpels in between my fingers, even while performing the surgery.
let me tell you what, I love to juggle and I love to do vasectomies. And there's
I'm a doctor
nothing-
clown.
And on my birthday, just one day a year, I get to do both.
Today's your lucky day
Let me
because
tell you
it's
what.
my day.
I came into the world on this day a long time ago, and hopefully this is the last time that you'll ever have to worry about these little swimmers
Mm,
making it down the canal.
yep.
Well, I'll tell you who wasn't as lucky. A psychoactive drug that is crafted from human bones is leaving addicts in West Africa of Sierra Leone digging up graves in order to get their fix.
What the? This is like reverse Night of the Living Dead.
I have never heard of this before, ever before I saw this. I remember like weird like HuffPost articles about this, but I was like, this
Yeah.
is just stupid fucking clickbait where they're talking
Yeah.
about this, whatever. But apparently it wasn't. So I don't know if there's like a terror chorus like outside or if that's just a siren. I can't tell because of the talking on top of it.
I think it's in theme with us
It's like-
traversing
it's
the
like
woods.
It's like 8 like women like.
There's just horror mood music that goes through the woods behind your
as
house.
soon as you start
which-
talking about the human bone drugs.
Where I'm looking, like where I'm facing out your backyard.
Yeah.
I would not go towards that.
Right.
on
The
foot.
opposite direction is the direction we're heading.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Well, police officers in Freetown are guarding cemeteries to thwart the disturbing practice of exhuming skeletons for the zombie drug production.
This
No-
is fucking crazy.
It's the craziest thing ever. Notably, the drug dubbed Kush, which is very strange because that's usually the terminology for weed, but
Yeah.
is made from a variety of toxic substances, with one of its main ingredients being ground up human bone.
Damn.
I don't understand this. The narcotic first emerged in the West African country around 6 years ago, according to the outlet. It induces a hypnotic high, which apparently lasts for several hours. The drug has become a widespread problem, and dealers have reportedly turned into grave robbers, breaking into thousands of tombs to steal skeletons to keep up with the rising demand.
With this new information, I want to designate that my bones be smoked by my loved ones.
There you go, everybody. Puff, puff, pass.
That's gonna be like a hookah at my funeral.
Yep.
No body.
Mm-mm.
It's gonna be in there. I want you to
Nobody.
smoke it up. So I want to be part of the rest of you.
Yes, let's have a good time all the time.
That's right.
That's my philosophy.
Let me
Marty.
enter. Let me enter you.
Please,
Open
please.
up
Take me with
your
me.
mouth.
That's right. Yes.
And let me
Do this-
enter you.
Do this in remembrance of me, okay? Smoke my bones in some weird messianic Christ
and
ritual.
then become addicted
That's
to
right.
the high that you get
And
from
you're-
how
and you're
deliciously.
desperately thinking
Hypnotic
nobody's
mimosa.
going to notice if the legs are gone. They don't open that part of the casket.
That was part's always
That
closed.
part is always shut and locked. This is the
Who goes
special-
digging
that's
around in
it.
there?
Nobody's rummaging around.
You look like the crazy person if you
That's
do
right.
that.
It's just like whatever you need to do. Well, our country is currently faced with an existential threat due to the ravaging impact of drugs and substance abuse, particularly the devastating synthetic drug Kush, said the Leon president Julius Mado Bio.
Model Beal.
Yes. So Mr. Bio added that there have been escalating fatalities among the drug users. He also said that they've set up a task force in order to try and eradicate the drug. This means there will be sentries in every district, adequately staffed by trained professionals to care and support to people who have this particular drug addiction.
This is insane because if you're walking around in that area full of addicts,
Yeah.
you are like a piñata of drugs.
They just want to get you out of the way.
They want to separate your bones
Yes.
from your possession.
Right.
And smoke them.
You're in the way of me getting to my drugs, which are inside of you.
You're the product.
Yeah, exactly right. Now you know what it's like to be a cow.
And you're,
that's right.
you're wrapped in a meaty gift wrapping
That's
paper.
right. And boy, I
Oh.
can't wait for Christmas morning, which
Oh,
just
my
so
God.
happens to be today because they're already stoned. So there is no official death toll linked to the particular drug abuse because it is so new. But one doctor from Freetown told the BBC that hundreds of young men had already died from organ failure, which is commonly caused by the drug in recent months.
Damn, dude, this is insane. This is like an accelerated cycle
Between
of death.
2020 and 2023, admissions to the Lyon Psychiatric Hospital with illnesses linked to Kush rose by 4,000%.
Well, it's easy to do when it's zero.
Yeah, right, exactly right. Nobody that was
If
ever
4,000
coming there
people.
talking about this before they knew about it. What a disease!
How do I monetize?
Yeah,
this
that's
is
right.
What
We
I'm
gotta figure-
hearing.
We got to figure out how we can take that and turn it. I gotta figure out how to make money on
I
it.
really want
I
to.
really want to.
I love this picture of a graveyard that you've
Yeah.
that you collected here.
This
for
is- this is-
an awesome
This
graveyard.
is from Sierra Leone.
really.
Yeah.
This is where they're digging up.
Yep. They're digging up
Damn,
these.
they're
these little-
desecrating this like wonderfully spooky moss
It is,
covered
it's
like
perfect.
haunted gravestones
Yeah.
with these weird engravings on them. Dude, this looks
They
like
mean
this
things.
looks like a fucking
I'm not going to go into
Army
it,
of
but
Darkness. Oh, you know, you
yeah,
are
yeah.
familiar with the
Oh yeah,
meaning of
yeah,
it.
yeah. But you can tell that they're old because they just have regular stones as headstones for some of the spots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude, it's wild, man.
Yeah, it's a wild world,
That's
especially if you're a snake,
crazy.
because an animal rescuer in Britain said that a pet snake that had been missing from her home for over a year was found after being dropped onto the rooftop by a crow.
I guess the crow
Take
discovered
this
it.
fucking thing back.
I
The,
can't eat this.
That's right. It's all wriggly. I've been trying for a year. The RSPCA said that rescuers responded to a home while the residents spotted the 3-foot corn snake in their garden. Animal rescuers in Britain said a pet snake had been missing from their home for over a year and was later found after being dropped on the rooftop by a crow. So when we arrived, the snake had vanished and was discovered on the roof of a garage. We suspect that the crow had given the snake a not so helpful leg up, but thankfully we were able to come to its aid.
So this snake has just been kind of like making his own way for a
exactly
year.
right.
It's also a terrible owner.
Elsa says like a snaky homeward bound. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. So she was found to have respiratory infections. I'm sure she'd let him know soon. She's like, I have respiratory infections. Yes, I have a very drippy nose. So from being outside, but it's a miracle that she survived after that long. She's been treated for this, and we'll be finding her a new home due to a course as her owner can no longer keep her. So
Yeah, I'd
it's like,
say
I
that
don't
they
know, it's
lost
been a
that
year.
privilege.
I've let go. I finally
I'm done with
laid
it.
her
I'm
to
over
rest.
it.
I'm sure she's moved on to a better place. That snaky heaven in the sky.
You can either give her back to me as a belt or
Fuck.
rehome her.
Yeah. Never mind. She's on the roof.
That snake must have just been out there eating like
Yeah.
mice and shit for
Yeah.
like the last year.
Yeah, exactly right.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a wild thing. So there you
Mm.
go. So Juan says, remember the lady who got attacked by the crow and the snake? Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? Like she's like,
If only she was between the two.
A crow. Oh my god, a snake. No, it was the snake first because it dropped it, and then the bird attacked her. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
was
right.
great. Oh my
And
god.
if only she was around and lightning would have struck twice in the same
That's
spot.
exactly right.
Damn.
And speaking of lightning striking twice, it's almost as if we've been teleported back to pre-COVID
Oh,
weird
my
news. I'm
God.
so excited about this. We're back to dumb criminals. A homeowner in Sacramento, California, had some items stolen from his porch, but he got a big laugh in return. Omar Gabriel Munoz checked his surveillance system on Friday, and he was shocked by what he saw. Someone hiding inside a trash bag, waddling up to his doorstep in order to steal a package. So here we have images of said, package.
Perpetration. Yeah, I saw
the
this-
given disguise.
I saw this headline with a couple thumbnails,
Man.
just scrolling around,
I love it.
and I was just like, "What the fuck?" And I did not. I usually don't go in too much into stuff
That's
like that.
good. Yeah.
because
You
just
gotta
in
save
case it ever
Normally
shows
we
up.
clip them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and so he said, you can see him coming for my front door. At first, I thought they were messing with me. This has got to be some sort of joke. And he said then he got a notification that a package with 2 phone chargers worth about maybe $10 had been delivered. He said when he got home, there was no package. So he checked the security footage and saw a video of this trashy porch pirate come up. And he said, at first I was kind of angry, but then I saw the video again and I just started laughing because people these days, they've got a lot of creativity and it's also kind of really stupid. So
Well, at least they're honest about their representation of what they
that's
are.
what you got to do.
No
Kenny,
need to guess.
Yeah.
I'm trash.
You don't have to worry about it. Kenny says Oscar the Grouch has reached an all-time low.
Oscar's like, how do
That's
you
it.
think I survive?
Listen,
Okay, if you don't throw away what I need, I'll go find it.
Listen, kid, I got a lot of garbage in here. You need a phone charger?
Where do you think I got these shitty Crocs or whatever
Exactly
they
right.
are?
Whatever these things are.
This can sound like I'm being biased here, but that looks like a woman.
It might be.
That
You
might
know
be.
what? I'm going to say by the short stature, you're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm
bet you.
thinking.
I bet you it's a woman again.
It's probably a woman.
causing the problem.
Another one.
That's right. We need to do something about this. We need to do something about these women folk.
They're getting so bold
They're
now.
getting bold, especially with this California individual. California Police Department said a bomb squad had to be summoned to its front lobby when a resident showed up with a box containing, just like last week,
Every fucking week is bombs.
3 grenades.
Jesus Christ!
That's-
Why there's so many
That
explosives?
turned out to be live.
Oh my god!
So
this is the third week in a
this is
row.
the 3rd week
One guy had a bomb buried in his backyard.
that the dog found.
Yeah,
The other
one
one,
dude.
the grenade
it's an
that
heirloom.
Dad left over in the garage after he kicked the bucket. And now this guy's like, I found these in my garage.
Holy
so
shit.
it's like, I don't know, you guys take care of these boom things. I'm all done with these bombs. Do you want them? I blew up all the guys I didn't like. So the
3 of them died of natural causes.
let
Damn
me
it!
tell you what. All the pins are in these. I double checked it. Yeah, so
You got some enemies.
yeah, the Pleasanton Police Department said on social media that a citizen visited the front lobby at a police headquarters to turn over 3 grenades that he found in his garage and assumed were inert.
Don't ever assume that.
No,
I never
no,
will. If I come
no,
across
ever,
a grenade,
ever,
even if it's
ever,
like a
ever.
paperweight, I'm
Yep.
I'm giving it to the cops.
Assume that it's right. Throw it right at him.
Yep.
That's right. It's like, this is yours now.
I was told you can deal with this.
Drive past the cop on a nice day when they have their windows down, toss it into their cruiser. Here, you can take it from here. Speed off. That'd be an interesting thing to see what they do. Do they jump out of the cruiser or do they chase after you?
Do they chuck it out behind them and then just keep driving? If GTA has told me anything, they'll eat the grenade. They'll fucking eat it, and they won't die, but they would definitely slow them down.
That's a very interesting question. I wonder what would happen there. I'm not going to find out. Don't worry, AI or CIA, whoever's listening, or both.
They're all listening.
They're all
Alexa.
listening. They're all.
Alexa.
That's 3 of the 4 listeners we have right now. Well, the Pleasanton Police
Can you
Department.
imagine the fucking CIA guy who's assigned to listening to our show every week?
Oh, it's
He's
great.
just like, fucking, oh, God
It's
Almighty.
like, here they go.
They're so ineffective. Like they'll never do anything dangerous, but god damn if they don't just constantly
God,
toe the
They
line.
talk about these things just enough that we
Just-
have to keep listening. I swear they're being sarcastic, but we just
But we
have
just
to
can't
make
be
sure.
sure.
We just
Can't be
have to
sure.
make sure. Well, they said unbeknownst to him, the grenades were live. The county sheriff's office were summoned to the station. They carted the grenades off, which were eventually destroyed. It wasn't clear how the explosives came to be stored in the resident's garage, but police urged anyone who makes a similar discovery not to simply bring the explosives to a police station. If you find them, don't touch them at all. Call the police department so that the bomb squad can come and properly inspect the potential explosive.
Mm.
You got to follow the form of order. Otherwise, you're going to end up on next week's episode when I'm sure somebody else
Yeah.
is going to find a
I'm-
fucking, I don't know, proximity mine from Goldeneye in a fucking shoebox in their grandma's closet. I don't know what's going to happen next.
This is an old
God,
family
who
heirloom.
knows
I've
what
kept.
might happen here.
I'm just glad that none of them found out the wrong way.
Right,
that-
right.
That these were live grenades.
Yeah, because that would have been sort of a chain reaction, and that really would have made a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I read something about I don't know why bombs keep coming up, but I read
Yeah.
something about a guy who this was like decades ago
Okay.
was working on like restoring or messing with like an old submarine torpedo
Okay.
and his driveway, and he was like the like utmost professional
Sure.
in this field.
Sure.
And something the way that his grinder struck something, it blew
Oh,
blew
sure.
him up into oblivion
Yeah.
out of his driveway. How fucking nuts is that, dude?
It's explosives.
Why do people have grenades? And I mean, like
It's
the
the
one
Chinese.
dude.
It's because of the Chinese. It is.
It's so cheap now.
That's- I'm
That's
telling
why.
you,
It's
they're-
on Temu.
It's on Temu.
You get a
can
grenade on
just get 'em-
Temu,
you
38
can-
cents.
Wherever you want, whatever size you want, they've got it available.
If this
for
is a
cheap.
recurring theme, I'm definitely getting us like
Usually
a grenade paperweight.
$8.4 million now, just $3.
Mhm. I wonder if you can sell those things.
$3. It's red. They're all red color.
Yeah.
But you don't really care what color it is when it's
Mhm.
ripping through your
You won't.
face. No,
Yeah, you won't.
You won't see it long.
All...
You won't see it long. So speaking of not seeing it long and ripping through your face,
What the fuck?
turning off a gene early in mouse development led researchers to come up with an accidental, interesting mutation. It created a 6-legged embryonic mammal.
Okay.
So over here on the left, we've got God loves this. This is what he wants.
This-
On the right, God says no.
God's like,
God
I
says
told you to
too
stop
many
messing
feet.
around with it.
Too many feet. I don't like all these feet.
What's this big old nutsack thing he's got like on the outside of him?
Well, that's his
that he's
that's his
holding?
nutsack. Yeah, he's really having a good time. That's all of his intestines, I think. Actually, it's supposed to be
Oh,
on
he's
the
just like
inside.
in development still.
Yeah. He's still going to town. But the strange results took the spinal cord research and development biologists at the Portugal Institute of Science in a new direction. I didn't choose the project. The project chose me,
Mhm.
Mallow said to the Nature News. They said that in this particular interesting TGFBR1 gene, it contributes to the signaling pathway that gives a forming body its trunk to tail direction. So essentially saying, put these parts here, direct the energy here, whatever.
Mhm.
Well, when you shift the genetic mechanism from focusing on the head to extending the body to laying the foundation of the major organ system, but when the second transition occurs, that's where it activates the genes that creates tissues, extends the trunk, and creates a tail. During this process, it also generates necessary structures for the body to create genitalia.
Mhm. So
So, what they have done here, that despite the rather dramatically alteration of this TGFBR1 gene,
Mhm.
they were able to turn this rat embryo's genitals into a pair of arms. So here,
man, you got dick arms
here you
now.
got
What
dick
the
arms.
Fuck?
So no longer can you create children, but you can build. So I say to you, if the Anunnaki were truly real, why did they not do this?
I mean,
Why did they
good
not
evidence.
do this?
Good
This is
evidence
what I
for that
wanna know.
case.
This is what I want to know.
I would argue. I would strongly argue that this is not like an abomination of nature. I would say that people meddling
It's a pill bug.
is part of like nature.
It's what happened.
It's nature has made us, so
Yeah.
whatever we do is normal,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And second of all, you don't think that people aren't already manipulating the way that like their genes are expressed?
all over
When
the
you go
place.
pick a mate out with for those who will go and do that with the purpose of reproduction, you are deciding what genes to combine and mix all up.
It's all about what you value.
Just because the systems are in place and you don't
Mhm.
know how to do the programming
Mhm.
doesn't mean that you always have to obey those rules. Even evolutionarily,
Right.
it's been arbitrary.
Right.
It's
exactly right.
arbitrary that
just
we're even made the way we are.
rolling the
It
dice.
just happens to work, and it has happened to work for a while. But trust me, in the right environment, or rather the wrong environment,
Right.
your body won't stand up to that shit.
Nope, not a single bit.
I
Not a
mean,
single
tell
bit.
me what if you're gonna live longer than a gorilla would in a jungle?
Right.
I would venture to say probably not.
I'm not giving you the biggest odds, but I don't know.
Philadelphia is worth $50.
50 bucks. So both appendages arise from the middle of these three tissue layers, and apparently they compose an early embryo. The cells turning into the limbs push through the surrounding outer layers of the tissue, and then they're received to become more legs. They're not quite sure how this particular mechanism works between the TGFBR1 gene and suppression, leading to this extra pair of legs, but they're going to continue to explore. I don't know why.
They're gonna keep meddling
They're like,
around.
the horses don't run fast enough, so we need.
I mean, I understand that they're just fucking around with stuff.
It's like I want Star Wars creatures immediately.
Yeah, it's
we
weird.
Need,
And I mean, on the ethical side of it, on the other side though,
Yeah.
like you're basically just creating a life that's
Right.
going to have a consciousness, and you're like,
there's
yeah, you were just a test.
yeah,
Bye.
Don't worry. Yeah. Air gun.
Yeah, like what
Air
the
gun to the
oh
spinal
my
cord.
God. Oh my god.
But great
There's no
job on
room.
the 6 legs.
Yeah,
you weirdo.
you did a great
Yep.
job. We'll perfect it in a few generations.
Yeah.
Bye.
Don't worry. You've served your purpose very well. You'll get a medal on your grave, which is really just going to be a box at the shoe department.
We'll give your bones to a bunch of junkies.
Don't worry. It'll be fine. We'll grind them up real fine. They love the fine
You
powder.
got extra bones too.
Yeah. But
so
like
they love
something
it.
was wrong with these bones. There's extra bones in this one. Yeah, it was probably mutated. Yeah, it's always an abomination to God, just like us. We're also an abomination to God.
That's
and,
right.
And we're an abomination to the living. We're an abomination to the dead.
To
We're
the internet,
to the internet, to
to
the
AI
dark
and
web, to everybody.
everything.
Everybody,
Oh,
if you're out
man.
there with ears to hear,
Can we do ads for the dark web on our show?
you know what? I was just thinking today. I was listening to something. I don't remember what it was, and I thought, why don't we just do ads? Why don't we just make up ads?
Make up ads,
Just insert them
Yeah,
into
we
the
should,
show.
yeah.
Just all
We-
kinds of
We
bullshit.
should just sit around one day and just run and just canned
Yeah,
ads that we
I
just
love it.
chop in.
Yep, absolutely. Well, we're gonna do it. Get ready for a whole other tier. The weather is warming up, and that means I've got energy again. That means I want to do all kinds of things that I won't have time because I have a giant piece of property that I have to take care of. But I'm gonna set my sights high, and I'm gonna keep my disappointment at an equal level.
Aim for the stars, and you'll land among the atmosphere that will burn you upon reentry.
Either that, or you'll freeze in the cold grip of
The
space.
vacuum of space.
Either way,
perpetually
you'll never
orbiting.
reach your dreams.
You'll never get there. It's impossible.
It's impossible. And that's why we'll see you next time on another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt,
And that's it, folks.
that's all you got.
Good night
Bye.
and good luck.
Good riddance.
All right, internet people.
Yay.
Man, we really had the crowd
we were
riding out
drawing 'em
today.
in today.
Woo!
What a sadly missed opportunity to have more people on. That would have been
Yeah,
that would have
I'll
been
tell
it would have been a boon.
It
so
would
to
have
speak.
it would have been a whole explosion because I was totally prepared for them to come, and now they're not here, so we were a little lacking on
That's
material.
all right.
but
Oh, that's okay.
That's all right.
We fill it up or
We
we
fill- we
empty it, whatever you want to, however you feel like. If we're more
Whatever.
if we're like bowels in your mind, then we empty it.
You know, you've got to do what you can with what you've got, and if you don't, somebody else is going to take it.
That's just the law of nature.
I
need
don't
to
make
flip-
the
I don't need
rules,
to flip
friend.
DNA to figure that one out. That's some very cryptic advice.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.